All right, three, two, one. Welcome to another episode of In the Bonus Podcast. We want to thank you guys for rocking with your boys for another week. Fellas, what's been going on? How y'all boys been doing?
Me, man, it's been chilling, bro. I ain't got much going on. It's been a lazy week for me. What about you guys?
Um, I'm was cooling, bro. This weekend was pretty chill. Didn't have to work. The job I was at, they got slow, so I'll be looking for another job site probably this week. Um, I did some more investing. The one that I put in BTT jumped this weekend. I mean, it jumped. It went from 0.0014 to 0.0039. So it more than doubled. And so whatever I had in there doubled. I'm just gonna say that.
So I did have something going on, yeah. I took my daughter bowling yesterday for the first time.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That was an adventure, bro. It's so hard dealing with a child because she's seen the arcade. So when she's seen the arcade, that's all she want to do. Like she's not worried about bowling at all. She want to play air hockey. She want to drive the car.
I saw that on your story. I saw the air hockey on your story.
Yeah, so that was a little fun, man. It was fun, but it was hard at the same time, yo. Like dealing with a 3-year-old in the bowling alley, that's rough. They gonna do what they want to do.
Who won though? Because I saw you was low key trying to be serious. She almost beat you.
Come on now. But we didn't even finish the game. That's how bad it was. We didn't finish the game. I just ended up just throwing it in the thing so the game could stop.
She would hurt every time you score.
Hey, you should go to Chuck E. Cheese with them, man.
Yeah, we done that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we done that. But Chuck E. Cheese is like with the pandemic, bro. It's like I think bowling is a little bit safer.
I mean,
a little bit.
I mean, yeah, if they sanitize their balls, then yeah.
Was it packed when you went to Frankie's, Nick?
Hey, bro, it's always packed at Frankie's, bro.
For real, like, even during the so like what about because you said you was I saw you was in the riding the go-karts, but at Frankie's how everybody like that line used to be crazy for the go-karts, but people be like standing like shoulder to shoulder. How they have it. For real, they won't even 6 feet apart.
Not at all,
bro.
Not at all. Not at all, bro. And that one, nobody was 6 feet apart and doing that. And bro, it was packed. Like when we went the day before and we turned around and went somewhere else, bro, the line was out the door. Like people was out the door trying to like get their cars. But then I didn't realize after 8, they don't allow people under the age of 18. So even if you're with an adult, you can't. So like if I decided, oh yeah, it's 8 o'clock, let me go take my 2, 5-year-olds to Frankie's, they'd be like, I'd be like, that's crazy. Like if they with me, it shouldn't be a problem. But I guess they
got some dances or something going on up in there.
No, I guess a lot of people treat it like date night, Yeah, it's not like they people walking around drinking like Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's, you can have your alcohol, I think, on the floor. I don't understand it, but whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that it was like a bowling alley and an arcade to me.
Yeah, but most bowling alleys have an arcade in it.
True. Like they do like have a little room in the cut always.
Them and the arcade, the roller skating rinks. They'll do.
I'm about to say CC's.
CC's do be having a little.
CC's be having arcades.
Yeah,
I ain't been in no CC's in a minute.
When the last time y'all went to CC's, bro?
Like 2011. And that's only because Cool wanted to go in 2011, bro. When they used to be in the shopping center.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
By
Benvenue.
No, on 15.5, where the TJ Maxx is. It used to be a CC's over there. That's the last time I went. That was like 2011, bro.
I've been with them like the last year or two.
The buffet still cheap?
Yeah, it's like $4.
$5.
Yeah, like $4.
Right? Unbeatable, bro. Order your own pizza.
Yeah, that's just straight.
The little cheesy bread. What is it called?
But that's why they be going out of business, though, bro. Like,
yeah, they're not doing well.
I would charge at least double that, at least 8.
No, they're not doing well from what I heard because of the pandemic. Because I mean, it's buffet. I imagine
nobody's doing well for the pandemic, though.
What's the name? Look like they doing good though. Golden Corral.
Yeah, they switched up the formula, man.
Oh, they did the format in there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But you know, they had the different.
When's the last time you went? How you know?
Like last year.
No, I know a lot of. I went to a buffet in Goldsboro one time. A lot of them have like the little glove stations, like the little plastic gloves. So every time you go up there, you gotta put on gloves, get your food,
bro. Like imagine, like just and think of how nasty it used to be before the pandemic, though. That people just go out there with their raw hands, touching the same spoon,
spoon,
scooping up a little macaroni because it's falling off your plate, and then putting the spoon back in the jar.
Bro, what?
Our ancestors, bro. Think about how our ancestors used to live, though, bro. They ain't care, so it can't be no worse than that.
Speaking of ancestors, I didn't say what I did this weekend, but me and Cool had a wedding, bro, and it was in Greenville, and the name of the venue was Yankee Hall Plantation, bro. And it was a live. Right, I don't know why it was called Yankee, but it was a real plantation. I was in some little downtime. I was in the little like the little common area, and they had like the little history book. It was apparently it started. They try to dress it up cool. It said that the house started running business right at 1865. After the Civil War. That's what it said. It said it started running that agriculture business in 1865.
but you know what? It's because some of the Yankees came down here after the war, and they like set up camp in some of these old plantation places. So maybe when they say Yankee Hall, like there was like Union soldiers there or something. But you know, come on, you know what was up.
They literally call like the big part of the joint. They call that joint the main house. Like
that's crazy.
Everything was set up, bro, because you know it's Greenville too. So the landscape is pretty. It's just flat land. So that particular venue, literally behind it was like miles, like as far as you could see of flat land, like I assume for crops and stuff. But everything was set up how it's supposed to, bro. The main big house, you get there, they got a little barn and like extra quarters off to the left, and way in the back is like old houses or like old barns, but they turned them into I forgot what that lady said it was,
some
bro,
kind
like
of storage thing
for plants or something. Yeah, some kind of storage joint. But then, bro, literally, and then the other side was like another main part of the house. But
one of cabins out there. One of cabins out there.
Nah, no cabins. But it looked like a lot of it just looked like a lot of modern agriculture like took place, because it's a school like right across the street, but you can tell that's a plantation. Like the main house don't look like it's been touched much since 1865 or whenever. But it was nice. Like they renovated on the inside, but like, bro, that just made me think about that, Dominique, when you said ancestors, bro, because sheesh.
I would put a theme park right out there. Right out there.
Theme park
I don't think that'd be a good look, bro.
Look,
call it. Go ahead, say something.
I would call it Plantation Fields.
Bro.
I don't want to make another comment, but I'm gonna be quiet.
About what? About Nick or the?
I about to say, Nick, you have your red hat on too?
Heck yeah. I mean, what kind of red hat? My Nike one?
Hey, could take it how you want,
bro. Yeah.
So these guys think I'm a MAGA supporter.
No, I ain't never said that.
I don't think that. I just think you're a Trump supporter.
Why do you think I'm a Trump? I'm not a Trump supporter.
MAGA. That's just too.
Why do you think? What
narrowed it down?
What makes you think I'm a Trump supporter?
You just seem like that type.
I seem like that type.
Mm-hmm. After the Kurt Franklin conversation yesterday, bro, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, last week. Yeah.
What? How? What? How y'all be correlating these two very different things?
I'm just saying that I don't put nothing past you. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you what, boy. I will say, as I'm getting older, I'm an independent.
So he can't even denounce it. He can't even.
No, I
denounce it.
Denounce the
right
Proud
now.
Boys.
Denounce it right now before you keep talking.
No, I'm
All right, see,
screw
exactly.
the Proud Boys. Screw the Proud Boys. But F the Proud Boys. but I will say this: as I'm getting older, and I have kids, and I think about down the long road, I become more conservative. Now, do I feel like people should have access to universal health care? Yeah, I do. Um, do I think that if people are hit a hard time, that maybe the government can step in and help them out? But do I feel like you should be able to be on welfare for 20 years?
What's up, everybody? We're going to take a quick break just to shout out to our sponsor video brought to you today by
Stowe Law Firm PLLC. If you're looking for a lawyer in the North Carolina area, visit stowlawfirmnc.com, where they handle traffic violations, criminal defense, DWI defense, post-conviction relief, and more.
Bro, you always need a good lawyer, man. Always.
That's facts. stowlawfirmnc.com. Check them out.
No.
That's a conversation right there, bro. That's a conversation right there.
I don't. I feel like I was like, bro, they ain't building no new projects.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Where?
They got some nice projects.
I just seen some. They were just building some new ones in Rocky Mount.
Those.
Where at, Dominique?
What's
There's
the
some
name
nice Section 8
South Rocky Mount
getting built.
Wait. They call those they call that something else. It's not like Section 8.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
you can build new Section 8. Like that is a strategy for some people.
Do you feel like that's appropriate though? Like I'm just asking. Do you feel like it's appropriate?
In what sense though? What do you mean?
Like to build like almost luxury level homes?
But they're not luxury. They just not.
They upscale.
I mean, but if you think, all right, so if you're building something,
they livable.
Like you're building something,
bro. Nick trying to just like here go the hut with a mud ground.
No, that's not what I'm saying. So all right.
So what about gentrification though? Like, how can we expect them not to make new affordable housing?
Right, they can't just kick everybody out.
A lot of spaces.
Oh, my relationship with gentrification is split, bro, because it's messed up that people who have been living in the community who might not be doing anything bad, like they just been living their life, but because maybe what other things are happening in their community or bringing the property value down, and somebody comes in and buys something, puts up a $500,000 house, and then it jacks up your stuff, your property value, and you can't even afford to pay your taxes and stuff like that on your crib. I understand that that's messed up, but at the same time, it's like there has to be some level of progress. Like, remember we had that conversation about Central, and I was like, and I was on the thing about, I hope Central doesn't lose its roots and that type of stuff. And y'all like, oh, you just want to stay this. Like, if Central goes up, everything around there is going to go up. Like, there are people who live in there who probably ain't going to be able to live there anymore. Gentrification going to happen. It doesn't just happen because of white people. It happens just because the area goes up. Now, white people are the main ones behind the one fueling the gentrification. In the same sense, it's like, I feel like Black people may have gotten so wayward away, like we let our communities just go to crap, and then somebody can come in and swoop it up. But I also think that happened because of what happened during like the 80s and the crack epidemic, and people just fell off their square because, what was going on in the country. So honestly, it's a tough one to talk about for me. I have mixed feelings about it. I want to live in a place that I feel like is like dope. I want to be like, yeah, man, like it's a tough one.
I feel like it's a catch-22 though, because you talk about Black people in our communities, but a lot of it is based off taxes, right? And so when we talk about these property taxes in these low-income places, they don't have the same tax dollars as these high-income places.
Right.
So they don't have the resources, or the government, the community is not putting in the resources to fix these places. And so the value goes down. Then someone who's rich comes buys it. I'm definitely not for gentrification, because it's like the system is pretending to solve a systemic problem, and they're just taking opportunities away from people in our communities. I think there should be a better distribution of tax wealth. Like if you're rich, if all the rich people stay in part A, the money that they pay in taxes shouldn't predominantly stay in part A. Like there has to be some, I don't even know how it works. So we might have a listener chew me out because I don't know how taxes work. But from my understanding, if you live in a nicer part of town, your school district is better, like your neighborhood reflects the taxes that the community puts into it. So I feel like there should be some kind of way to make it more balanced. Because like, how are we supposed to ever get out of the hole once we get in it? You know?
Right.
It has to be some validity to that though, because I mean, if you look at just like Rocky Mountain, Nash County, and Edgecombe County, normally Nash County is nicer than Edgecombe County. So what you're saying might be true.
Yeah, once you go across those tracks, and what is it? Historically, Edgecombe was the black side, and Nash was the white side.
I'm not too sure, but I mean, if you're just looking at it from my point of view, I mean, you're probably right.
I know like a lot of that went to the history. So like in that area, it's very interesting because Nashville was the county seat for Nash County, and I think Tarboro was the county seat for Edgecombe. And then Rocky Mount came and they had the railroad, they had the mill, and they had the hotel. So all of the resources in the area drew towards Rocky Mount. But then people were still building up more stuff on the Nash side. So Edgecombe started missing out. And then of course, like it was a split, like it was segregated. Like there was definitely more black people on the Edgecombe side than there was on Nashville side. I mean, look at Tarboro in relation to Nashville. Nashville looks white. It's very white. And Edgecombe, I mean, Tarboro, it has more of, African American feel. Like when I go to Tarboro, I see more African Americans than I do in Nashville. But I would say this, like, cool. I get what you're saying. Like, what is that? Is that like a thing of redlining where they do the taxes and stuff like that? Is that a product of redlining or something?
I don't know. I think when I hear redlining, I always think of like
The
how
voting?
people, the voting stuff.
I don't know.
But I mean, that's related to it too, because if you set the system up where certain people's votes mean more than other people, they're gonna vote in people who make decisions that benefit their communities more than others. So like I feel like that can impact it too.
Like we always
What
hear
y'all
black
laughing at?
Dominique,
because I always
Dominique, I just feel like, look, bro, you can. It's all right to yawn, bro. Don't try to hold it in. You make me laugh just by trying to hold it in. If you would have just let it out, bro.
Hey man, I'm tired, bro. I'll be watching my daughter
Yeah, I
every
get
day.
it, bro. It's the end of the day. We be trying to crank these joints out. It's the end of the day. We're going ahead, man. Yawn. Don't hold it in, because then I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna put this in the episode, bro. I'm about to zoom in on your face.
but so I I think about this, right? I know we say black people have to do better, right? That's like a common thing that we all know. Black people as a whole, we need to build, like, enrich our community, like kind of like what it was in like the 60s and the 50s when we held each other up. We looked out. Like now that the cry is we need to buy black, we need to establish this black. And it's almost like we want to have like the aspects of what was in segregation while still being in an integrated world. Like, oh yeah, we need to push our people, push this, push that. So I feel like we've had plenty, like maybe not plenty of time, but like it's well enough time that we as a community pull together and pull our resources together, and like we could stop gentrification in that sense. Like maybe not just gentrificate it where it works for us, because I go down, like I live in Durham, and I go down some parts of Durham and I just see like where it's happening, and I see people getting displaced. I notice there's more people walking around again. Y'all remember when we first came to Durham over 10 years ago, it did not look like Durham as does now. Like you went downtown. I remember going downtown and the bus station was always filled. There were people walking up and down the streets. The buildings didn't look like they did. Now there's high rises, apartments, all that. And it's like, okay, like it had the reputation of being called Dirty Durham. And this was the place that used to be Black Wall Street. Like you go down, like there was millionaires, black millionaires living up and down the street on Fayetteville. You go to Fayetteville Street now, and you see the Jays and the Toots walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, like how do we get back from that?
That's what I was going to ask you though. I mean, I feel like we had kind of touched on it last episode a little bit about like coming together, but when, like, how do you think we should go about that when it's like it hasn't actually been like we haven't witnessed it being successful before?
Well, I think one thing is that here's a possible idea. I don't know how applicable it could be or how successful it would be, but it's just an idea. It's like if Black people in the community, we just started putting our money together in this one fund, and we had a board of individuals that was over it to make sure that this fund.
Real quick, is this like a blessing circle?
No, sir, not at all.
Put our money together. That's all I'm about to say, because I mean, a lot of Black people don't have just the extra resources, or they don't want to spend their extra resources on just giving it in, like putting it into a quote unquote pot. You know what I'm saying? They I don't work hard. I paid all my bills. I got this extra money. Let me splurge in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it don't have to be a lot. So like, I don't know. I think there's like 200 something thousand people in Durham, and Durham is like, I want to say like 60 something % Black, maybe 70. I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but it say if, all right, let's just say go down the middle, 50%, 100,000 people. Say each one of those 100,000 people gave $10, bro, like a month.
You be throwing out them stats like you be knowing, boy.
Well, I don't know.
70%, 200,000 people in Durham. Let's fact check.
No, there is around like 200 something thousand people in Durham. Hell, it may be more now. I remember
269.
Okay,
so almost at 3 now. Okay,
yeah, getting close to 3. What's the percentage of Black?
I don't got that pulled up.
Oh, okay,
I'll let you know if I find it.
All right. So yeah. But imagine if 38 half of that, 38% Black,
38.65.
What?
Bro,
That's a lot though. If you think that's 40%.
No. Yeah. Durham used to be. I remember looking it up when we first came to Durham, bro. It's dang. That's how many Black people have left. Look around 2010 if you can to see what the percentage was. Because I swear, because like Rocky Mount,
I feel like it would float around the same.
Rocky Mount was about 50.
No, I'm talking about Durham, like into.
But if you think about from like the big groups, it's close to 50. It's 42 white, 38 Black. So if you just compare Black to white, it's about 50-50. But there's other people, of course.
But if everybody put in $10 a month, all right, and they put it into this thing, you could accumulate a lot of money within a year to do what you want for the Black community. Instead of having
but then you got to think about, say everybody put that $10 in. Imagine what that conversation would be like every month about what they want to spend it on. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. I mean, you got to have that town hall meeting. Like,
that's our issue, bro. We can't come together.
And now, I mean, at this point, bro, something gotta shake.
Because like I asked you that because you talk about like, I mean, the last time like it happened, like you talk about the 50s, but that's because like we were forced to, like you couldn't go to the white drugstore. Obviously, you had to go up the street. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now it's our choice.
But then people, it's like I don't know if it's almost like subconscious, but then it's like we've been denied being able to go into that place so long. Like, so I want to put my money into a big company or an expensive company rather than a small business like we was talking about in the last episode.
I mean, it makes me think a lot about, cause I don't get this idea just off the hip. I got this idea from, I think it was the NC Mutual that was in Durham. I mean, that was literally the concept. It was Black people putting their money in, but then some mess happened and that just distorted the whole thing. It's like something happens. Like we need to, if we can get it where we don't have an asterisk put over whatever endeavor we're trying to do.
But I thought they're still pretty successful.
There was something that happened. I think it was NC Mutual. It was something to do with like the bank. Around the like early 1900s, late 1800s, something happened there, and it kind of like there was like an issue. It was like I was watching this documentary, and I don't know. I'm just gonna say this: we should be able to pull together. I feel like we are able. We have the education. We are getting the resources, albeit we don't have the same amount of resources as our white counterparts. No, but we have enough now that we could be able to build something for ourselves that can help us get to the next level or find some type of stability to bolster us up. Like we could do scholarships, we could do all that type of stuff. I mean,
So, from a business perspective, do you think it is a black seller problem or more so a black buyer problem?
probably a black buyer.
What y'all think?
No, actually, know what? It is the seller. You have to convince the people. Most people probably can give $10 a month. If you can go and you can buy a lottery scratch off for $20 every week, maybe you can just take just 10 of that, get you a $10 one, put it into the fund. Like I see people do stuff like off of reflex. You know what I mean? Like people come in the barbershop sometimes and they'll buy something just off the reflex and they do it every week. Why not? Why not put something that could further our community? It's just like you got to understand that concept. Maybe not be so selfish about it.
What y'all think? Y'all think it's more so a buyer's problem or a seller problem?
I kind of agree with Nick, like the whole convincing thing again, just because it's like I don't know. I always go back. It's like that, like crabs in a bucket mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like even like given the opportunity, a lot of people we feel like we work hard for what we got, no matter what that is, whether that's a lot or a little. In some people's eyes, you like I got here, um, and it's kind of I don't know. This may be like reaching real hard, but almost like wanting like even like raising kids and stuff, like kind of wanting your kids to not necessarily live the rough life you did, but like learn the hard lessons that you had to kind of like, I feel like putting in money or, wanting to donate to try to forward, somebody else in the community. It's like I didn't have that or I didn't do that and I was fine, you know what I'm saying? And people just aren't readily available to just invest in other stuff. And then I think that's a lot with like education too, like the knowledge. We're ignorant on a lot of investment deals and how businesses work and where we can put our money into. We're so caught up in just strictly consumer life and just consuming to become wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like where we just want to consume to get things and feel like then we have all those things, where it's like we don't even try to educate ourselves to go about those different avenues of getting wealth without even, trying, you know what I'm saying? Like making money in your sleep and stuff like that.
What do you think, Dominique?
Honestly, I don't even know what's the best option. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's okay.
I'm learning more just listen to you guys. I don't really know.
Yeah.
That's
because people put the burden on the buyer, right? And I'm gonna be honest, black people suck at supporting each other. There are some people who do a great job. There are, but most suck, right? But I think I agree with you guys that like it's almost like a seller issue, because the reason I think from a black business perspective it's so hard to succeed is because black people do everything on their own, right? And so I'm a pharmacist, so I'm gonna give this example. I opened up Daryl Lewis Pharmacy, right? I'm trying to sell your average cholesterol medicine, right? So I call the company, say, hey, how much will you sell me this medication for? They're gonna say, we'll give you this medication for 20 cents per pill, right? So I'm out here trying to sell y'all the medication for 50 cents a pill. because I had to pay 20% and then I got to pay my staff, right? Versus Walgreens buys 10 billion pills. And so the company says, I'll give you the pill for 1 cent a pill. And so they're pricing their product at 5 cents a pill, and I'm selling mine for 50 cents a pill. And then we're saying black people, you should buy black. And they like, nah, I'm not doing that.
But
So like, go ahead.
well, just to say what you're saying, but like right there, right? It's not going to be easy at the start. So if say we support, all right, we're paying more for a pill. I mean, that's a lot. That's a huge difference, though. You saying what 50 cents a pill to 1 cent a pill? I
Nah,
mean,
5 cents.
5 cents. I mean, that's
It's still
crazy.
tenfold. Is that
Yeah,
10?
no, yeah, that's crazy. But it's like, say you get it. Say you were able to get that, and after a while, you would be able to bring your prices down. It's like you just need that initial support to get there, but man, that's a hard ask.
Right. So this is the issue though. And this is where black people, when I say I think it's a seller problem, because we're not smart enough to say, okay, uh, there go Dominique's pharmacy, Nick's pharmacy, and Trey pharmacy. How about we get together and we go to the drug company together
Mm-hmm.
and get a contract and say we buying this many pills.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just that thought of like we don't work together, I think shrinks us as like the seller side, because like you taking a gamble. But if you took the top 100 pharmacies, black home, I don't even know if there is 100 black home pharmacies, but if they were, and they found a way to have a collective, when they went to these companies, it would be a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about photography, I never wanted to be Daryl Lewis photography,
Mm-hmm.
because like it puts me in this silo. There are thousands of photographers not making money.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't there an entity that says we're going to provide this service and then this opportunity? We're going to serve the community, provide jobs. Like how many black barbershops do we know in Durham?
A lot.
Right? What if there was only 3? Like imagine the difference, like the overhead each one of them are paying. And some people, I don't the bar y'all already know I've been on this barbershop thing for a long time. But it is unfortunate that when you go into like black barbershops, there are 2 people eating lunch all day. And not to say there are successful black barbershops, not to disrespect. And I know there's a lot of culture and stuff like that, but it kind of makes me think, Nick, you kind of mentioned earlier before we started about like emotions, right? And like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel in business, we are drenched in what our idea of what culture is, that we never play the game by the majority's rules,
Mm.
right? And so being a barbershop owner, culture is big. Do you choose the culture, or do you look at supercuts and great clips and say, I'm gonna choose the business side? You know?
No, that's a tough one. I get it because the barbershop has been such like stuff like that. It's been a staple in the community. Like the history of it, they say, that was like our country club. That was where we went to vent and talk about whatever. If you turn it into a supercuts, it's not the same anymore. Um, it's weird. It's like there are so many facets of our community that just are standalone. And I guess that's like literally what's saying, like that would be selling out. It would be selling out if you were like, oh yeah, we're just gonna open up and make all these different supercuts. But like we should applaud that. It's like why wouldn't you want, like, how amazing would it be if I could be like, oh, there's cool cuts. That I got one in my city too. It's like that's where I go. I know I get a good cut back home. Like we black people, we don't go to supercuts. We don't go to supercuts. We don't go to sports clips. We don't go to great clips. We don't go to any of those. You know why? Because we know we're not going to get the quality of service that we're looking for. We try to find, man, but then it's not the same about every black barbershop. But then black barbershops struggle. The struggle, bro. Like, so I don't know, man. That's
That
Why would
remind
that?
me.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that remind me, like, cool. Since you talking about that though, that remind me of barbershop too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like maybe like Hollywood or yeah, I mean partially Hollywood, but a lot of black people had that mindset too. That like what would you have done in that situation? Cool. You know how in two that new barbershop was opening across the street, and Ice Cube just at the end of the day was like, "No, this my pop shop. Like I'm like here instead of like you said, being kind of like educated on the fact of maybe like, well, how about we join up? You can turn this into what you doing, and and we'll work on the numbers that way. You know what I'm saying? What would you have done in that situation? Like the versus the legacy tradition versus like trying to move forward too with money.
Right. So I think it's like that balance between like, what are you more proud of? Sitting there every day or
Yeah.
really creating generational wealth, right? And so I feel like in that situation, it depends. I guess it depends on two things. Number one, how successful is the barbershop, right? But I think the problem with our community is we're too, no matter how successful it can be, we don't like this whole pyramid thought process
Yeah, that
of
somebody's
like
making more at the
we
top.
no matter if the pyramid is this big, we want to be on the top of our pyramid no matter what. And I think that's where we're clashing because you're like, if you think about the hair industry is one of the biggest industries in the black community. Like I'm pretty sure black men probably get their hair cut more than any other group of people.
We definitely do.
Black women pay more than any other group of women to get their hair done. Why aren't these industries ran by black people is insane. But nobody wants to be no one want even though you can make more money franchising a cool cuts, you want Ray Ray's barbershop because that's it
Cause
means
that's
something
Ray
to
Ray's. Yeah.
because
Cause
you
I'm Ray Ray.
value yeah
I'm
you value where it look. I look like a business owner. Like we talk about what does wealth look like. I look like I own my shop. I'm renting a nice car. I look like I made it. Versus, man, there are people who are managers at Bojangles and Chick-fil-A who are doing better than business owners who've owned their own stuff for years. And it's kind of like, where do you place your value? And everybody, I'm learning this. Everybody don't want money, but I don't agree with that. But I just think we got to figure out a way to really change our perspective on business and still be able to incorporate what we think culture might should look like.
But I guess I would say like to what you said about some people being managers at Bojangles and some person running their business and not making as much. I think that just comes down to somebody wanting to have that sense of ownership. Like, even though I maybe not making as much as you, this is my thing. I say how it goes. I can control it. If it fails, it's on me and nobody else. Is like, so as much effort I put into it is what I get out of it. So I feel like, and there's a certain sense
But
of
is
pride
that
about that.
wise though? That's kind of the question I'm asking. Like, does it make sense for you to have a business and you profit $25,000 a year because it's yours?
Yeah,
Like, what good is that doing you, your family, and your community
yeah.
to say it's mine and I can do what I want? Like, I don't know that, and I think I agree with you. A lot of people think that way, which is like, I don't know, because
I
I don't want to
think
say
All
it's
right,
problematic,
so
but a
so
lot
this
of
is the
people
way I
think
think
like
of
that.
it, man. So this is my mindset because I get how you said like you don't get how some people don't like making money or something like that. So me personally, I feel like I'm not big on like I mean I'm big on ownership, but as far as me stepping out on faith, like we talked about in the last episode, I'd rather have a stable job. Like you guys know I work for SSA or whatever. I'd rather have a stable job than try to own something and have the chance of it failing. Like that's just how I think in my head. Is that wrong? Like,
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think it's I don't think it's wrong.
it's not wrong, but it makes no sense. And this is
explain.
why. Because you can get fired tomorrow. And people act like having a job isn't faith. Look at coronavirus. Look what COVID did to millions of people. A
True.
job is not as safe as people assume. And so that's the only thing I say about that premise is that you put more faith in your job than maybe you should. Because when we hear these testimonies and people talking about how they made it over, it usually has something to do with losing their job when they didn't expect it. And so I don't know. I think we do be too comfortable. It's nothing wrong being comfortable in your job and stability and all that stuff. I ain't quit my job yet. So I'm there with you. I'm just trying to find other opportunities that can not make me have to trade my time for money.
Because I mean, I've been looking into trying to get some type of ownership, just haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. And like me, like the biggest fear is putting money into something that might possibly not work. Like
Right.
I've been considering like maybe trying to buy an 18-wheeler truck, just something I've been thinking about, and have
You
somebody
gonna
drive
drive
for
it?
me.
Oh, you gonna have
No,
somebody
I
drive
wouldn't
for you.
drive it. I work already.
I mean, that's money though. Like they make. I've heard some of them getting contracts like they make $30,000 in a week, and then
Yeah, but it's still that like it's a chance it could fail. Because and then on top of that, I'm putting my faith into somebody else driving for me.
mm-hmm.
So
They
it's
could
like,
ruin your entire business.
yeah. So it's like it's I guess it's stepping out on faith, man.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of like conditioning yourself because the same way, like think about how you thinking about that, but KFC owners, Bojangles owners aren't worried about who in the kitchen. Like I have to worry about them cooking and making sure people get their food on time, showing up to work. It's all, you know what I'm saying? It's creating that whole, it's just changing the mindset of, well, one, like scared money don't make no money. But
Yeah,
after that, you know what I'm saying? Like actually, I mean, that's the point of a business is like having it, like putting parts together and making it turn, making the wheels turn and
I
work
think.
for you.
Yeah, I think I fear failure so much. Like, yeah, have you ever heard somebody be like, "Do you love winning more or do you hate losing more?" Like, I think I hate
but
losing more.
but all them people that I heard that's just scared of failure, like those people never succeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that. I feel that for
You
sure.
know, you know what? Maybe like you feel that way about failure. Like you feel like there's a chance I fail, and I feel like maybe it's because historically, who's going to support you first, and then you feel like it's going to be us. But like the truck driving thing, that ain't got nothing to do with like. I know maybe that's not how you thinking, but like truck driving, that's you gonna get contracts. They always need transportation. But I get what you're saying. Like this person driving for you might be trash, you know? I mean, it would have to be somebody, I guess, that you really trust and who has, that luxury to have that time. But I feel like if our community could like learn something from other communities. So, and this is something people harp on all the time, but the Asian community, they hold each other down. I mean, the Jewish community, they hold each other down. White people, I mean, they're just a lot of them. Like, this is their country for the most part. Like, it's our country, but they run all the infrastructure, everything. They're the ones who basically make the laws and all that. I mean, we're trying to get it more inclusive out here in America, but for the most part. So, if you think about what the Asian community does, like you go to any major city and you're gonna find like Chinatown. You're gonna find like a little Korea, and they have all their shops and stuff set up, and people go in there and they go boom boom boom. Like what we have is what when people think of the black part of town, they call it what the hood. Like it's just the hood, and these businesses they're not thriving because after a while we just start going we don't want to associate ourselves with the hood. Once you get to a certain point you leave the community, you be like, oh no, if I associate with the hood I haven't made it. It's like we leave our areas and we don't pour the money back in. And I'm going off on a tangent, but it's just because it's popping up in my head as I'm speaking. But it's like we have a certain duty to us, no matter where you are in life, to try to bring it back because of what we've been through historically. And I know some people don't want to hear that, but we do. We have a duty to black people, just like everywhere else does. I mean, we're here in this country. We've been going through years and years of subjugation and unfairness and exclusion and disenfranchisement. we have to be the ones to be able to build ourselves up, because nobody else is going to do it. Like, we're going to other places. We're like, please, please, please treat the Black community like this, and please do this for us and do that. Like, people have been harping on it. Like, people like Killer Mike, they've been harping on it, and they're saying, look, nobody's going to do for us like you are going to do for yourselves. It was like, I think it was him or David Banner. They made a statement. They were like, I don't get mad at the white man for putting himself first, because why should he not? Like, why would he not put his best interest first? Like, why would I not look at us and be like, you know what, we need to further ourselves along. I'm Black, you're Black. We need to just go ahead and build. And like I was saying, like that fun thing, we put our money in. And so say you have a business idea. So say, Dominique, you want to start an AAU basketball team. And you do it just like you do the bank. You know, you come with this business model, this plan, you bring it to the board and you apply. If they feel like, okay, if people agree and like, yeah, you know what, blah, 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 we'll kick out this loan out of this fund for you to get it going. And it's for the community. It's going to let it grow. I mean, I feel like it's a good idea. Treat it like basically making our own bank, but not really a bank. It's more just like a big grant that people have access to.
I feel like you would almost have to trick people, because now I just thought about that when you had said that. I used to have this thought in my head whenever I passed a sign, but literally thinking about how people play the lottery. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the lottery will stack up like that, millions every, not even weeks, it's like every 4 days, that like, instead of, I mean, of course, people are putting in that money because it's like, I hope to win all that and win the
Right.
jackpot. But imagine if you just, and again, it would be like, people would be like, well, I don't want to wait that long. But picture if it was every time someone won, that same money you put in was just, it's definitely going to somebody, like to bless somebody to do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But again, it's just hard, like, to get ahead of it, because it'll be somebody will get blessed this week, and it's like you see it, but so much, like, it'll be 8 years, but after people want to stop playing after 8 months, if they like, bro, I'm playing this joint every 4 days, I'm tired of putting in this money and I ain't up yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they'll play their whole lives. There's people out there that'll play the lottery their whole lives, but it's because they think that I have the chance to win. You know what I'm saying? I get to
Yeah.
have all that money.
And it's
So it's
not.
like, and then it's little, bro, the lottery, like, you putting in the money for no reason. Like, you ain't even buying nothing.
It's
You
not
literally
realistic.
just putting money in the pot.
It's not realistic. Like, the chance of you getting it is like like one in like millions upon, what is it, billions upon billions?
I play the lottery, by the way, because you got me
I
messed
do
up. If
too.
I ain't go, you got me messed up. If I'm still trying to win. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like restructuring what Nick was talking about, like coming up with a plan and that would be a good idea to me. Like, it's to start there, but because I definitely play the lottery, bro.
I think,
When that John hit 1 billion, I think it changed the way people view playing the lottery. Y'all remember that? Was that
I
last year?
I think
It
so.
it broke 1 billion, bro. I probably spent $30 on tickets.
I have never tried to play for the lottery. Man.
Don't
Here's,
do it, bro. Don't do
here's
it.
here's my thing, right? And y'all know I've been coming at y'all with the investing stuff, but it's like, y'all will play the lottery, but y'all won't put into like stock that, you know, possibly could go up and you could make money off of it. And I feel like that's crazy. Like, when you play the lottery, you might as well just throw your money into the toilet. The chances, you just might get lucky one day and you flush the toilet and the money come back up with more. Like, that's literally it. Like, you're not gonna see that money ever again. My grandmother played the lottery all the time, bro. And I know this lady probably spent thousands upon thousands of dollars playing these lottery over years upon years upon years. Imagine if she took that money and she put it into a business, like if she had put money into like Apple or something when it first started, you know, she'd be millionaire. She'd have all this, like, I rather invest in something, and if I lose it, then I lost it. but I feel like the chance of me getting a return on it is so much greater than if I'm playing the lottery.
But we talking about stakes too, like, and I don't want to. Maybe I sound super ignorant, but think about if your grandma did put, or your aunt, whoever you said, put $1,000 towards it. The stakes are much higher. Like $1,000 is a good investment if you're gonna make $1 billion over whatever. Even though the chances is very slim, I get what you're saying too. Like it's the smarter way to try to invest. But it's just the stakes is like, bro, $1,000 to $1 billion, even though it's slim, like it wouldn't have been wasted. It is like looking in retrospect, but you can just say that about stocks too, because you don't know how they're gonna.
Because I feel like this. So say I got a stock, I put it in $1,000, and then my stock starts going down, and it goes down to 900. If I don't like where it's going, I still get $900 back. You spend $1,000 on a lottery ticket and you don't hit jack. Are you getting anything back?
Yeah, but you saying if it go down, what if you win?
What if you win too?
What if you win $1 million? What if you win $1 million? You don't even hit the jack. You get 5 numbers and you get $1 million.
What if your stock go up? Look at this.
But that's the point I'm making.
Yeah. But look.
You're assuming the stock is going to work, and you're assuming you'll never win the lottery. That is the bias or something.
The stock is more concrete, bro. If you like, because the difference is in comparison to the lottery, there is no studying you can do in order to have a better chance at winning the lottery.
There actually is, bro. It's a whole it's a whole bro. People go look it up.
And my grandmother used to have a book. Now we ain't talking about the lottery.
It looked like the Matrix.
book. Yeah,
bro,
I don't know how she did it.
Patterns,
but bro. I tell you what, if you go in there talking to her and she don't hit the next day, she gonna cuss you out, bro. My grandma didn't play that, bro.
No, I do. I agree with your basic premise that that investing is a tremendously greater investment to the playing the lottery. But, bro, if you win, that's all.
It's the stake. That's what I'm saying. It'll be different if the stakes was the same. Like if we talking about for topping out at the same amount of money, bro. Of course it'll be smarter, but it's just the stakes. It's like, why not?
So let me say
that is kind of like the poison of the lottery. Like people are like, why not put in that $3 for I might can win this week. I'm gonna put in that $3 to possibly make.
I feel like that's such a short-term look though. Like it's like
no, that's the point, Nick. That's the point. That's the whole point. I want to win today. I don't want to invest and I turn 65, retire. I play the lottery because I want to be paid right now. But I think that's how they sell it. That's the whole goal.
The way that the market is, and with this rise of cryptocurrencies and all that, like it's so fresh. It's like we're on the cusp. It's like a gold rush right now. We're literally on the cusp of like when .coms first dropped and people were becoming millionaires left and right, like Elon Musk and PayPal. Like that is what it's like. So it's like, why not hone in on that? You look at Bitcoin. Imagine you took $1,000.
That's okay. Let's say this. That's
and you put on Bitcoin 2010.
You can't compare those. So let me tell you why your concept is completely flawed.
Go ahead.
Number one, you're comparing investments and playing the lottery are not even reasonable, and this is why. I probably over my lifetime, I probably played the lottery over 5 years. I probably haven't spent more than $40 on lottery tickets. You're not going to become wealthy by investing $40. You know how many lottery tickets you can get for $1,000? You can get 500 $2 lottery tickets. You know how long it would take you to buy 500 lottery tickets? Like investments are expensive, Nick. Like people who are becoming rich are investing tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like if your aunt or my granddaddy took every dollar that he bought tickets with and invested it, there is no guarantee he will be wealthy. Like that's not a realistic, and you got to think it's based on how much money you have to spend. I can scrape together $2, but the average Black person in a low income family doesn't have $1,000 to put on one investment.
That's what I was gonna say. It's that ongoing. I don't mean to interrupt, cool, but it's that ongoing joke on like Twitter, like with the stimulus. Like people be like, "Bro, y'all got that 1,400 and went shopping. I went and bought an LLC." You know what I'm saying? But it's like you bought an LLC. You don't have a business, and your rent was $1,100. Like if you don't pay that rent, boy, like. But people be like, "Bro, go out there and start a business, bro. I bought an LLC. I'm different."
Yeah, I'm not. So I'm not saying that the lottery is a good investment. No, I'm not saying that at all. It is a horrible.
Definitely not. Yeah,
but
it's a low risk. It's a low risk bet, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not smart at all. It's
yeah,
really
it's not an
risk.
investment. I wouldn't even really call it an investment. I wouldn't even give it that credit.
It's just low risk, high reward. Yeah,
just a prayer.
All right, so I look at it like this too. So there were these things like AMC or GameStop, where the movie joint, so literally, if you could have bought $1,000 worth of game stock when it was like.
Baku just went over that again, bro. Yeah.
Wait.
People don't have $1,000.
Okay, you could have bought. Let's
say $40. Let's equate it. Yeah, let's equate.
You could have bought $40. It was at one point. It was like $1 something. Mm-hmm. So you could have bought $40 each a piece. The GameStop jumped up to $300 something. What's 40 times 300 something? Was that 12,000? Mm-hmm. So you would have had. I think so. It's not. It's 12,000, right? 40 times 300.
Yeah, it is.
So you would have had $12,000 off of a $40 drop in. Which that definitely happened, right?
But that's close to winning the lottery.
So you could take that money
to be a broke person.
You could take that 12, and then you could put that and invest in something else, and like something that is maybe at a higher level, but it's definitely going to go up. It's like on that level where it's not going to fail. I mean, I just feel like
that's not realistic.
Have you ever really been poor? Like, did you come up poor?
What are you talking about? We ain't had no money. What you talking about?
I'm asking. I don't know.
But what you saying don't make sense. If you put in $40, Nick, the day that joint got to 100, you'll be like, let me take my money, y'all. I just made $60. Bro. You're not gonna wait 15 years to see if it hits 12,000. And then you have to be intelligent to even have guessed that if I buy this stock, all this stuff is gonna happen. Like that is like playing the lottery.
And like you said, it was an anomaly, bro. What happened with them two was an anomaly, like you said.
It wasn't really an anomaly. It was the fact that there were people pushing the market.
Bro, but 10 years ago, how would you have known that? Like it's not you saying it like it's common sense.
This literally happened last year.
But I'm saying when it was $1,
it dropped during COVID
to $1.
Yes, people on Reddit was like, yo, we gonna buy this up. Boom, jumped it. And then the hedge funds was mad because they were betting against it. Killed the hedge funds. They were pissed off. Who
bought the stock though? It was rich people.
No.
It was
regular everyday people.
Yeah.
Yes.
They talked about it. Everybody was like talking about it on social media, telling people when to buy it and stuff like that.
But your blueprint, Nick, because I mean, what they did is borderline illegal, though, right?
Yeah. They were trying to say it was illegal.
That's what I'm saying. But if you doing it, your blueprint of what you're saying, it'll be literally what Cool's talking about, like just kind of looking at the patterns and then hoping in 15 years it's going to get you to that amount. The way that it went up like that was an anomaly. Like it's just a guess again. Like it's a hope and a prayer.
Bro, I'm imagining within 5 years I'll be able to see a substantial return.
And I'm imagining if I go out and get these lottery tickets this weekend, I might win next week.
Okay.
Hey, if I win, bro, I'm gonna say you keep investing, son. I'm proud of you.
No, look, hey, I win. I'm gonna give you $40 to drop in. I'm gonna be like, you go out there and make that 12,000, boy.
All right.
You'll be so mad if I ain't.
It's not funny though, bro. It's not funny at all, bro. Hey, I'm with you, Nick. I got you, bro.
Invest your money, but I'm just saying. I think they're hard to compare because you're comparing petty cash. If you're a serious investor, you probably investing $200 to $500 a month. Like people who invest big and make real money, they're putting a lot of money into it.
They're putting way more than that.
Yeah, I was actually
$200 to $500 is small.
So I joined the group. It was $20 to join the group, and they'll tell you what stocks to buy. And those, like, it was some guys that started out with like 500, and they ended up having like a couple thousand by the end of the month, probably like 10,000 in the month.
It's possible.
So, I mean, it's possible, bro.
It's possible, bro.
It's expensive though.
Bro, money make money, bro.
It's not like
$520. You get $10,000. Come on, man.
And how long?
You said the dudes had like 10,000 by the end of the month, right?
I mean, yeah, but that was during a pandemic as well too. Like I haven't seen this prior to the pandemic. These type of numbers jump like that.
All I'm saying is, bro.
I mean, it's possible. Like you
No,
said.
we're not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's not feasible.
And
for a
on
lot of
par
people.
with and on par with the whole lottery.
The
thing.
the difference in now to what hasn't been in years is that we literally have Wall Street in the palm of our hands. You don't have to go somewhere. Like all the information is there. Like I can go online and I can see what the top analysts are saying about a stock, whether I should buy it, whether I should hold it, whether I should sell it. I can go and I can go to that website. I can see anything new that they're having coming down the pipeline, who they're connected with, who have they made contracts with. Like right now, electric batteries is looking like
What if you got 2 jobs and 5 kids?
Bro, it doesn't take that long. It doesn't. Like,
Bro,
literally,
what person do you know can understand?
Yeah.
I have a doctorate and I don't understand stocks. Like, I don't know if it's
And I don't feel like a lot of people that do it, they have a basic grasp of it, but they don't really know what they're doing. Like until I see people driving Benzes and stuff, I'll just, it's like, oh, I'll get on the wave. But like a lot of people that talk about it, they have a basic understanding. But
are
you
you
don't
talking
have a
about like
grasp,
Forex?
especially if you talking like you saying like you got Wall Street at the palm of your hand. Not like if you put a group of people right now who invest off their phone in the same building with that group that used to be on the floor in New York, who would make more money?
I'm gonna tell you what it is about them guys in New York, though. Them dudes is using companies millions upon millions. It's different,
exactly. That's what we talking about. Money make money, bro.
bro. It's possible, bro. Like you can get
It's
it from the
possible
ground.
if you got a
you.
lot of money.
I'm not gonna put.
I'm not
I'm not gonna put. I know a gentleman. Y'all know, but they share information with me. And in 2004, well, this person was just a regular soldier, and they accumulated over $500,000 on the market. That's how much they had. Now, 2004, that went splat. Something I forgot. The year later, they made it back with more. It is possible to make money on the market.
That's not
that is how.
saying. But that's not the argument that we're making.
But I'm saying I am saying it's better than gambling. Like I don't understand
we
the
didn't
concept
say
of
it
gambling.
won't. We didn't say it won't either.
I just don't understand. Gambling to me, it should just be something fun. I don't find the lottery to be fun. I'd rather go to a casino and play the little games and be like, oh yeah, I'm playing a game of chance. Like I'm not going to play. Like I feel like that's a better bet is to go to the daggone casino than play the lottery.
Listen, we never said it was probable. We're just saying it's more realistic for the average Joe.
Is it?
Like if we
who do you know that won?
It's
who
not
do you
really,
know in your lifetime?
Who
like
do
the money
you know
put into
that's
it.
rich from investing? Who do you know that's a millionaire today from investing?
That you actually know that's your
personally,
homie, like somebody you cool with.
We're talking about
exactly.
wealthy.
No,
wait. You saying
you're
wealthy
proving my
or
point.
rich? You saying wealthy or rich?
I'm asking $1
Take it how you
million.
want.
Give me $1 million.
I know somebody. Yes,
How old are they?
they're about in their 40s.
And they
didn't start until they were in their 30s.
Solely on their wealth is solely
They worked
on
a regular job. They were a bartender.
all their wealth came from investments.
They put in investments. They gave me some stocks to look into, and I haven't seen any.
That's my point. The average Joe can't afford that.
I'm
like
average
if I wanted to make money, if we came up with a game plan right now, y'all, we got this is what we're gonna do. Y'all wouldn't have my vote for us to invest. I would go into real estate. I would say if we all take $200 a month, we'll have $800 to pay a mortgage and we'll rent this house out. And then eventually we'll buy another house. Investing is gambling, bro. I'm sorry. It's gambling. It's way safer, but it's still gambling, and it's way
gambling with rules,
bro,
and checks and balances. All right, let's say it like this.
Broke,
so imagine if we all put our money together and we put $5,000 into that stock that I told y'all about.
Crazy. You think I can get $1,000 stock?
We all put our money in on that stock. Right now, we would have over $10,000. Right now, like literally, this happened this weekend. I don't take jack out. I don't take nothing out, bro. Like
Bro, that's the thing. You think about what you're saying too.
I did my
People
homework.
Are poor
on it.
though. This is the thing
and
about
this is one I found. Nobody told me about it. But I found this one on my own.
You're putting in. People are putting money and never taking it out. How are you gonna feed your family? That's not a realistic. Like if I buy a house and I rent it every month, I'm getting at least a little bit of income.
Getting a check.
You're telling people to invest money and never take it out.
All right, so if everybody had $100 and we put in 500, we had okay.
Hold. That's all we gonna be hearing from you every month. Hold.
and then our money go away. We're gonna be mad. We could have been out here renting 2 trailers in Goldsboro, North Carolina. At least we made some.
Nick, what you're doing?
I
agree. Nick, if I just had extra money like to play with, literally the same way, whether I wanted to waste it on the lottery or the stocks, I agree with you. But don't act like this is like the tunnel vision, the know-how to lead you.
It's not.
This is not going to get us to Jerusalem.
But I'll say there's two things. There's two things that make millionaires.
Yes, the millions.
They millions. They daddy gave them
turn a million into 2 million.
2 things, just like you said: investment properties and commercial real estate, and investments through the stock.
Bro, no, it ain't.
That's the two biggest things,
listen,
bro.
99% of the people who make wealth from the stock market is already rich. Let's stop acting like there's 0 to 100 niggas out here. Like
that's real. And then most of them they're already rich. And then that investment money, like you said, bro, they hold all that money in there until they want to retire, and they like, I can pull that out on a rainy day,
bro. It's like when you go and you look at these stocks and you go and you look at their 5-year path.
Look at him, bro.
You go on a 5-year path and you go 5 years back and you look and you be like, dang, this stock right now was worth $500, but 5 years ago, each share was worth $5. I was like, bro, if I had put in this okay, yes, it is gambling. It is the chance that this might go up. But that in itself is a better bet than playing the lottery. Like, bro, it's
we're not arguing with you with that.
Yeah.
We just said it's not realistic for a low income family for that to be their best strategy.
Here's what you do.
To invest their money, yeah.
Here's what it's do.
To invest whatever money they do have.
Bro, people go out to eat and will spend $100 going out to eat.
Bro, that's different again. Like you
Bro, I'm talking about with a family. You go out with your family and it's for y'all. You can spend $100, no, like easy.
You saw the news on Twitter, bro. Y'all, you eat every day. You spend $100 on that food, bro. Buy LLC, dog. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not talking about an LLC.
I'm different. Invest that in stocks, bro.
I didn't say I'm different.
Invest that 100 in stocks. I'm different.
Bro, I'm not talking about an LLC because you, like you said, some people don't got a business. Why you gonna buy an LLC?
I'm just saying that's the same concept of you pushing like necessities, like $100
on people buy that stock, you're gonna have that stock. It's gonna be yours.
I'd rather have a steak in that moment. I need to eat. Why would my family not want to eat?
Bro, you could have got the steak.
Look, y'all. Look, like we a family. We eating noodles tonight, but don't worry. I put the rest of that money in some stocks,
No. So
instead of y'all turn 60, we might be paid.
Hold on. Instead of spending $100 to go out, you spend 50, eat at home. Eat the exact same thing that you was gonna eat out, but you pay less. And then you put that 50 towards the stock.
To have 200 at the end of the month.
And put that in. Boom.
Man, you can sell socks quicker than that.
I get the concept, bro, but I feel
why I like it because to me it doesn't take.
You don't have to work.
It doesn't take extra amount of time. It is work.
That's why
I'm still doing. I still got to do my homework on it. I still got to check in, see what's going on with it. I jump through my different apps.
How much time do you spend doing it?
Yeah, like dedicated. What?
And if I was to do it all cumulatively,
no, like how much time would you say, like, and then give advice too, like how much time do you spend a week, like making sure you researching everything to stay on point with
about an hour, about an hour in a week. Yeah, because you do the research one time and you put it in.
That ain't how that work, bro.
And then also some of the apps,
the learning curve.
Some of the apps have information. So anytime that name of that stock pops up, it shows the article. So you can go and read the article and you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. Because sometimes, bro, I'll go on my thing and I'll be like, hold up. Like my thing just went up by 25%. What's going on? And I'll go and I'll click the article and it'd be like, oh, this person just got into a contract with this business. Or it'll drop maybe like 5%. And I'll be like, why is it dropping? And then they'll have an article saying, oh, that there's something with the SEC, this, that, and the third. Like I had one that was, they were on the threat of lawsuit. And I was like, and at the time I was like, oh no, I didn't put X. I was like, oh no, I put this X amount into this stock. But I was like, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it.
All right.
And sure enough, it went right back up about a month later. And it's because I had faith in the research that I did. And I like the stock. I like the stunk.
But how do you expect a community of people to study investments when a large majority don't really understand interest?
Okay, so here's another concept for the community grant pool. So,
bro, first off, do you really think that's reasonable? I don't know that I would sign up to put my money in no pool.
That's why it'd be a board, and it had to be a check and balance.
Look what happened to Black Lives Matter. After it got so big, people was like, hold on.
Where's the money at?
What y'all doing now? Y'all just going to giving speeches now. Hold on.
Well, people had to do their research and see who was the one running the company.
I still don't know what they did with that money.
It won't ran.
Not to say, look, okay, anybody listening, I'm not saying Black Lives Matter is irresponsible in any way. That was just an example.
The Black Lives Matter movement is separate, I think, from the entity that was going out and doing the different, events.
But that concept though, like it was great. Everybody was sending money until it got so big that we was like, there was an immediate, like when they realized how much money we raised, everybody was like, stop.
Yeah. Like, well, where's
ain't no transparency, like where's the millions of dollars going?
It'd be like people like Sean King and stuff like that. Yeah. Like what's going on with that? Like every time something's going on, he's right there. And they'd be like, yeah, send money to the donation. But who was it? Who was my boy? Tamir Rice, his mother. She stepped up and she was like, y'all stop using my son's image and all these other people because y'all be using their name and the events and everything. But we haven't seen $1. Y'all haven't given us anything. Y'all haven't put anything, like they'll make something in their name, but like they're not giving anything towards the family. I mean, I don't know. It should be that like Black Lives Matter would be a perfect example of something that could do for the community. But
all right, so let's say we all put in our money together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me your number one option is to take all our money and put it into an investment today?
No.
Okay. What's your first? Like we had to come. Everybody had an idea. We're gonna put in. I don't know. It don't matter how much. What's your first choice? Like, if I had the money, if we put our money together, like you don't got the money on your own, we put all our money together. What's your first choice of what you would do with it?
How much we talking? That matters. No, that matters. The amount.
I don't know.
$10,000 altogether.
10,000 altogether.
I throw that in the Robin Hood. Go ahead, say it.
No, that like, bro, we could get a franchise doing something. I would put that in like Amazon with the trucks and stuff, and lease the trucks and hire people.
I wouldn't do it. Did research in it.
You didn't like it?
Nope. They can pull out whenever they want to. They don't like your business. Then you'll be left with these trucks. It's a lot, bro. I'll go into research with it.
You'll be left with the truck, but you won't have any of that access to the Amazon packages and delivery routes.
You're better off.
It'll be new stuff, groceries.
You're better off. So you're better off getting your own trucks and getting a contract with them to yourself. Like for that thing, for $10,000, they would provide you with their trucks
that you gotta rent,
and they can take them back whenever they want to.
Well, all right, for $10,000, you could probably get your own truck and then get a contract with them. Start small.
You can't buy no truck with $10,000.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can,
bro. Truck.
You can. Yes. Yep.
Like one of the big land things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you're just buying the front part. You're not buying the actual part of it.
Yeah, that's not what you're paying for. Yeah, you're basically just paying for like any other vehicle.
You telling me,
bro? Them big rigs is $10,000 though.
You're not buying a new one, bro. You're buying a used.
You just buy an old one. You buy used.
Even used, bro. $10,000. That's a vehicle.
You can't get a 2015 Honda for $10,000.
That's what I'm saying. That's a vehicle, bro. You can get.
All right, so even if you can't pay $10,000 straight up, if you can go get a down payment for $10,000, for sure it's gonna help you out. Like. You're gonna pay for most of it.
Okay, so it don't matter. So your vote is to buy a truck, Nick.
I mean, start some type of business. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't. No, you.
All right, boom, box truck,
bro.
5,500 box truck, 9,000.
Nah, get out of here.
I swear.
Send my trucks. Low end 30,000, high end 180,000.
You're looking for a semi truck.
That's what Dominique talking about. Putting the thing on the back. What's a box truck?
A box truck, bro.
You talking about like one of them little U-Haul joints?
Yeah, I mean that's what you would need. Yeah.
What you gonna do with a little box truck,
bro? You're delivering
wash machines.
You're delivering packages for Amazon. What you talking about,
bro? You cannot deliver pack.
Yes, you can for Amazon. You can.
Yes, you can, bro. Have you not seen the
box truck? That don't sound like
bro. They use Mercedes Sprinters.
But I was talking about the big truck though. So
that's what I was. I thought this whole thing was about a semi.
Yeah, I was talking about that. So I guess you can. I haven't really looked at the prices on
$2,000. $2,000 for that one.
Probably ain't got no transmission in it.
Bro. No, I'll tell you what.
Like, they could be like, deal. They don't got no seatbelt.
Gave all our money away.
They don't got no seatbelt.
That boy.
Yeah, I never really looked at the price of the trucks. I thought they were cheap.
Nick could be like,
you know what? I used to work with a company called Direct Link, and I used to drive a box truck, and they were selling one of the box trucks they had for like around like 9,500. So
Nick could justify, boy. He'd be like, look at this Ken 2 leather in here, though. The key ignition don't work, but you just pull this little string right here, start right up, but feel this leather.
I wouldn't buy no truck.
Nigga blow our money,
bro. We don't even got nobody to drive like that. That is like
I would drive it.
What would y'all do? What would y'all do?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing like $10,000 because and
you stole Dominique idea too, so that ain't even no fair answer. But
I know he was talking about an 18-wheeler. But
that makes more sense though.
Yeah, no, well, you the one that told me about Amazon. So I was like, I feel like that would be a good idea.
But Dominique just expressed his feelings of fear because his defense was it could fail and they could take it. Mm-hmm. But you could do very well, Dominique. So every business could fail.
That's real too, bro.
Nick truck could fail.
But it could.
I don't know, because we talking about only 10.
I mean, starting a business is a gamble.
I was right there with you, cool. Like I love like liquid assets, bro. Like I would love getting a check every month, like running like an Airbnb or renting out a crib, you know.
Bro, how could you buy? Could you purchase something for $10,000?
Yeah, bro, $10,000. That's 3% of what? I don't know math like that. I'm not even gonna try to do that kind of math.
You saying you can buy a property for $10,000 right now?
No, but you only need a lot of places. You only need about 3% to put down, and then your rent, the rent that you charge, would be over the mortgage.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, I mean, what's 3%? I don't know. I don't know how to do math like that.
10,000?
No, I'm saying it's 10,000. 3% of what number? That's some straight algebra right there.
You said what? Say it again.
Ain't it like 300,000?
10,000 is 3%.
300,000.
What number? 300.
Am I tripping?
Bro,
30,000. No,
it's equal.
300,000.
Yeah, it's 300,000, right? About 300,000, right?
300,000.
If you divide 10,000 by 3, then you just.
Bro, we're not about to be looking over here looking student this podcast. $300,000.
Where are math people at? Algebra
no, that's
1.
It.
We talking about algebra 1.
That's it.
Yeah, it's $333,000. So our $10,000 is a 3% down payment on the $333,000. That don't sound right.
We can get multiple. We can get multiple properties with $10,000 if that's the case.
Wait, that don't sound right. $333,000.
You said 3%. Yes, it does.
Times 3%, 10,000. Yeah. So we could buy a house
in North Carolina. That's multiple
honestly properties. We could probably. Yeah, I'm about to say we probably could buy at least two.
I mean, it's something to
rent it out.
Like right now, we could all be throwing our money into a pot every month. We could put $100 in. Like that's possible. Why we don't?
I'm just saying.
I got a question.
Invest with my money though.
Is this all right? So I've seen this before. I think they do it in Baltimore. Would it be stupid to? I seen it on a movie too. Would it be stupid to rent out homes in Section 8 homes or like government funded homes?
Nope.
Because somebody was mentioning this to me, and they was like, they know the government is going to pay them monthly. Like they don't have to actually worry about them getting paid. They just have to worry about the actual property being damaged. Because of course, they don't take care of their homes as much.
I love it. You buy a property and you say, "Hey, y'all, I'll let y'all use this for Section 8." Boom. You getting that check. You ain't gonna worry about the fluctuation. Not at all. I think it's a great idea.
It just sucks because I seen like videos of people with homes being trashed, like when they rent it out. Like it's so demoralizing, bro.
You talking about that one guy that was coming in?
He was like, he was in tears, bro.
Like, I'm a killer. He's like, I'll kill it if I see it.
He was so hurt, bro. Like, imagine putting all your money into something. And he probably actually like built that home to like be fit, like actually look decent. And
he asked her to move out, and she busted out every window. She threw stuff all over the floor. She tore the whole crib up, man.
That's like the pros and cons. Like that's how you start to fail in that business, like stuff like that, because you have to put money back into it when they move out.
I mean, that's the fear too, because it's like, are these people going to treat my stuff with respect? Like
I'm renting right now, bro. Like, if I wasn't clean, like I could just mess up where I stay right now, and they could put them off. Like they could pretty much make them fail. Like after I move out, like nobody else might not want to move into it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, that's why you get deposits, but them deposits don't cover all that type of damage. It doesn't. Like, I mean, I'll go some places and they'll ask for 3 times the rent for the deposit. Because they said they want that because they worried about people trying to leave, break their lease and just leave out and not, be responsible for what their obligations with them. But I mean, it's also like, you don't know who you're getting in your house or what type of damage is going to happen to the crib. Like, some people treat their houses like trash. Like, they'll put holes all up in the wall. They'll smoke in every part of the crib. The crib be like black and sooty. Like,
so are y'all saying y'all wouldn't invest in real estate? Is that what y'all trying to?
I would definitely reinvest.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's pros and cons in every.
Why do you think they got applications though? Shoot.
Applications don't mean nothing, bro.
Shoot.
Yeah. Somebody can have a perfect record and still be like dirty.
If I met somebody, no, I don't, like, that's why I've been some places they want to have what is that? They want the reference to the last place where you stayed and all that, because that's the proof in the pudding right there. How did you treat the last place you were living? Stuff like that. I would want to meet the person who's moving into my stuff, like, in person. Like, I want to see how you are, what type of energy you're giving off. Like,
yeah. But I feel like housing is definitely one of those things that keep people from being wealthy, right? Because the majority of people can't afford that 3%. Like that example we gave, how many people can really save up $10,000? Like, not a lot of people in America. Like, I heard some crazy, I ain't trying to be like Nick and come up with a fake stat, but I heard some crazy thing about like
fake stats.
A lot of people don't have $1,000 in their savings account. And I was like, oh, dang. I didn't realize.
No, it's true. A lot of people don't.
Rough out here, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Most Americans are one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yeah.
For real?
I mean, we seen this in the pandemic, bro. So
Heck yeah. I mean, like, you miss one paycheck, bro, you're done. And it'd be like, that's like people who are considered low key, like middle class. Them too. Like, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, like out of us four, like I'm not sure if we lost jobs or anything, but like we're kind of fortunate. But a lot of people legit lost their jobs, had no type of funding at all. And I mean, they had to wait for unemployment for like 2-3 months. I mean, that's the reason why a lot of people are making it right now, because unemployment.
Bro, if I didn't know a trade, I would have been screwed. Like, I was in school, but then I got out, like, I haven't been able to find a job in my field yet. And, I've been applying. My resume looks good. I have, good GPA, but it's just the way the market is. Like, now there's more jobs starting to stand up and want people now more. I'm getting a whole lot more people reaching out to me, but those first hell, like the past 6 months, bro, it's been rough. It's been rough, and so
You know what market is going crazy?
what?
Real estate. I've
No,
heard so many people talk about like literally houses going on the market and selling the same day.
no, real estate is nuts.
Like I wish I had like, and I plan to eventually get heavily involved in real estate, but it's an interesting because it's passive. Like Trey was kind of talking about, I think maybe earlier. Like it just there. Like they live there. Like you know what I'm saying. Like we all paying rent right now. We're all passively making somebody wealthy. Like
Yep.
every month. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is like, thank God. Like we talk all this, we taking care of where we stay, and we making somebody else wealthy. So if we can get to the other side,
Well, we know that collectively it would be able to happen faster. Honestly, like if we all pulled our money together, like I'm saying, we want the community to do it, but it should start on a small level first, I guess. You know it could happen. Like if we all put our money together within a year's time and we all right, look, it's 12 months, we accumulate whatever a certain amount of money. You say we get to $10,000 within 12 months, which I don't feel like that's impossible. And we could put down on a place and then we could buy the place, turn back right around and sell it. Like that's possible. Like that's possible and make a profit. We could buy it and sell it at a profit. I think that's possible. Like um there was a guy I worked with. He was he lives in not Spring Lake. It doesn't matter where it's at. Holly Springs. And he put his house on the market. Literally, just like you said, the next day he had 5 bidders. Boom. I mean, it was done. He said, man, I sold my house so fast, I didn't have a place to live. He's like, the place I was moving into wasn't ready for me yet. So,
yeah, it's definitely something to think about, man. It's so many different ways. So many people have different perspectives. But I think in general, definitely find ways to make more money if you can. I know it's hard out here. I know we're living in a pandemic. Some people say a great recession. But just take a look at the stuff that you spend money on in your life and see, can you repurpose those funds to kind of build wealth, and all that good stuff. But we've been on here for a while, so we're gonna go ahead and hop off. We definitely appreciate you guys checking us out. Keep supporting In the Bonus on all platforms: Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we'll continue to bring you guys great content. So until next time, peace.
peace.
Peace.